intro. How do we do an intro when there's like
Shut your
zero
bitch ass! Someone coming in.
What is up, YouTube? It is I, GhostOfOmi. GhostOfOmi. GhostOfOmi.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyways, in today's video, I am going to be ranking my Discord server community. The most prominent names anyway. There's like, look at all these names. Look, I'm sure if you're watching, you might recognize yourself in here. I did my best to crop as best as I could. I left out everyone's at. Don't worry. Worst case scenario, all you gotta do is change your name and your profile picture. I mean, worst case scenario, you know what I'm saying? I also want to go ahead and say apologies for the ads or whatever. I wanted a private window. This is the best we're gonna get. So we're gonna have to deal with like this ad up here, this ad over there, this ad down here. That doesn't matter because we're only going to be using this space right here. So I'll explain the rankings. Down here, we have the worst of the worst. I'm sure some of you watching will know who is going to be put in this category. Then we have can be good, but is mostly bad. There are people that they can have some good moments, like occasionally every now and then, but all in all, they're still pretty bad in the community. They're rascals. They're rambunctious. And then we have questionable. Okay, so look, questionable. This is where I'm almost kind of like neutral. I can't really pin if I like them or if I dislike them. That's kind of where this category was just made. And then over here we have decent. I can tolerate them. So it's like, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. But it doesn't mean I like you and I enjoy talking to you. You're just kind of decent in the community. You know what I'm saying? I should clarify, my ranking of you or of my members falls under how often I talk to you and the memorable experiences I have with you. So if you're wondering why you're put in a category and you're like, why am I in there? It's because you don't talk to me. I don't know you, I don't talk to you. And then we have these three categories. It kind of speaks for itself. You know, I like them, you know, some of the best. This is kind of like, I adore you. And then the goats, the all-time goats, the goats of all time in Omi history will go in here. So let's get started. So I think we're just gonna work our way up. We're gonna work from down here. So this user goes by the username Yerp in my server. They're actually relatively new. The couple of experiences I've had with this person have been pretty good. So, but they're still new. So I'll put them, I'll put them in decent. I can tolerate them. You know, I don't like completely like them, but I don't hate them. I literally, there's no reason for me to hate them. Then we have Yuki. He's kind of a goat. He's kind of a goat. He's not around as much as he used to be, but I have fond memories of him. So in that case, we're gonna go ahead and grab him, and I'm gonna put him in I like them. Yuki's a great dude. I love Yuki. I don't really have any bad memories of him. He's just, he doesn't talk to me all that much. Then we have Victor. I don't speak to them too often, but I do remember them being in the chat every now and then in the past. They are generally a good going person. You know, nothing wrong with them. So I'll just put them in decent. I can tolerate them. Then we have Ultra. I've had some issues with Ultra in the past, but hey, look, it's okay. He's like an OG. This guy, Ultra, has been in my server for basically like 2 years at this point. I'll go ahead and just put him in, I like them. Ultra's a good dude. I like Ultra. He's okay. Do I even need to mention who this is? If you're in the server, you know who this is. This is Tree. Tree's a good dude. He is some of the best, okay? He's been in the community for a very long time. Great guy. He just kind of trolls and shitposts a lot of the time. So if you can get behind that, he's a good guy. He means well. 3-6. The GOAT. The GOAT. 3-6. 3-6 is he's one of my favorite members. I love 3-6. He's goofy, he's silly, he's always active, he's always just doing his own thing. He's basically took over the gaming category on my channel, or the gaming channel within my Discord. So he deserves to be in the GOAT category. I love talking to him. Great guy, great dude. I had to crop their name out, but I believe their name is Teal-Haired like Shakespeare. This person is relatively new, or at least they're relatively new in talking in chat, if that makes any sense. And from my overall experience, I like them. Cool person. I like talking to them whenever we do speak. We have 2G Star. He has been around for a very long time as well. He's also donated to me through Ko-Fi as well. Though he doesn't talk as much as he used to, and his appearances are pretty rare, but I will put him in decent. I can tolerate them. And the reason why is just because I don't really have many memorable experiences, so it's kind of like neutral. Decent is more so neutral. I should edit that. Now it says neutral in decent. Now it makes sense. Now, if you get put in neutral, it doesn't mean I hate you or like you. You get the point. You get the point. This person we have Sung here. He hasn't spoken in a very, very long time, and I hope he's okay. I don't know where he went. They were at a time a friendly face. Because of that, I will put them in I like them. They were a cool person. This is Susan. I'm sure whoever's watching, you know who Susan is. They're one of my mods. Great person, lovely personality. I will put them in some of the best. Susan is a great community member within the server. Love to see him. Love to see him. This person is, I guess, relatively new. He goes by Steve the Ultramarine. Good guy, cool person. You know, he's kind of just new. I'll put him in, yeah, decent. He's just relatively new. Here we have Snowy. I don't need any further explanation. One of the goats. I guess I should organize better. Can I? There we go. Yeah. We'll here. Hold on. Let me sort and adjust. Okay, I've adjusted a little bit. I've moved them around. So if you're further to the right, you're like lesser in the category, and if you're further to the left, that means like you're the most in that category so far. We have Raptus here. He's an OG. I haven't heard from him in a very, very long time. Honestly, I don't even know if he's still in the server. I don't even know if he'll see this. Regardless, I'll put him in I like them. He just hasn't spoke in a very long time. I like him because he's an OG supporter, so, you know, gotta love him. Here we have Ruthless. Ruthless is a cool dude. I know him from the community. He's a great supporter. All things considered, he's just a good guy. I'll put you in I like them. Yeah. I'll probably put you over Raptors, though. Yeah. Some people probably don't know who this is. They went by Rookie in the server at a time. They are quite controversial in a sense that we had to ban this person. We had to remove them because of just some issues. I'm not going to get into that drama. If you know, you know. So probably one of the worst, just based off of why he was removed. Here. We have Ren. She's a lovely person in the community. Very, very vocal about some certain topics, but you can have a good conversation with her every now and then. I will put them in I like them. Probably, yeah, right around here. That works for me, yeah. We have Prez. Prez is just a shit poster. I mean, I don't know half the time whenever they're serious. They're always trolling. Cool person nonetheless. I like them. I will probably put them above Ruthless. There you go. Peyton. Look, I love Peyton. He is a homie. He's been in the server since February of 2024. I believe so anyways. Off the memory. Great guy. I love him. I consider him a close friend through all of the community and whatnot. Great person. And he's one of the goats. Probably, yeah. Yeah, that works. That works for me. Pope of Perfection. They've changed their names a lot over the years. Cool dude. Love talking to him. Great guy. Put him in I like them. Honestly, probably up here. Well, no, up here. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is a good spot. We have Pew Pew Gunner here. If you know him, he's like an oddball. It takes some time to like him, but once you like him, you get to like him, and that's why he's some of the best. He is one of the best community members in the server. Great guy. Love him. Here we have Nico, or Not a Cat. I know them because of Peyton. They're a very sweet person. I've only ever had good experiences with them, so I'll just put them at the top of I like them. They're not super active, but I do enjoy their presence whenever they're around. This person, Crimson, is a very, very, very OG member, and I know a lot of people in here won't even know who this is. Probably 90% of the names on here won't even remember who Crimson is. They were an OG in the server. I liked them a lot when they were around. I was almost contemplating not putting them in here because no one's even going to remember who this is. Regardless, I liked them quite a bit. and I will put them, yeah, it's a good spot. No. Here, there we go. That's a good spot. We have Mushroom, funny dude. He's been around as long as Gunner has been around. He's just another oddball out. Or, well, he used to be. Now he's actually a really cool dude to talk to. I actually really like talking to Mushroom. He's some of the best in my opinion, honestly. Sorry, Gunner. I'm gonna put Mushroom over you. My bad, bro. This right here's Matthew. Great dude. There's not a lot to say about him. I like him a lot. He's straight to the top. Cool dude. Love Matthew. All I know is that he's like a pyromaniac. He likes fire. Before anyone like jumps the gun, I'm joking. I'm exaggerating a little bit. You have to know the lore. You have to know the lore. The cropping is abysmal, but if you can't read this, you might know who this is. Their name starts with an M. And if you've been in the server, you would know who this is. He is infamous and has been known to be one of the worst community members who have ever graced our server. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. He shall not be named. You know who he is. This person, they used to go by Mark. They are no longer in the server. They also kind of got banned and removed from the server. They were kind of like a delinquent. That's the best way to put it. Yeah. Regardless, I'm gonna put Mark probably in can be good, but is mostly bad. At the time, they were very hostile, they were a dick. Kind of an asshole. There was a time they were an asshole to me. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Here we have Lucky. I'm gonna put him in questionable. Lucky is an OG community member. He doesn't really care to ever show up. He's never around, and I haven't heard from him or seen him in probably like a year at this point. Direct conversation, probably 2 years. So I'm questionable. Here we have one of the goats, Lawan. I don't know who this is in their profile picture, but I've censored their face out. Lawan is a long-time OG. I hope they're okay. I love them to bits. Lawan is my first ever supporter, and because of them, I'm doing what I do now. They are a huge reason why I push so hard, is because when you get supporters who love you from the very beginning, it means the world to me. Basically, what I'm trying to say is having an actual follower or fan or supporter who urges you to keep going and they're always supporting. Like, I hope Lawan's doing good. I haven't heard from him in a while, but one of the goats. I will always love Lawan. Great person. Sweet person, too. They change their username and picture quite often. Any interaction that I've had with them has been okay, I'd say. So I'll just put them in decent. I can tolerate them. Here we have Klaus. He is one of my mods. Literally one of the coolest one of the coolest persons, human being. One of the coolest I've ever met. Without him, the server would not be what it is today. He is a very important community member, and for that reason, I treat him like a brother. He is an all-time GOAT. Love Klaus. Hey, bro, Klaus, if you're watching this, bro, I love you, dog, man. Of course, you're gonna be in my GOATs category. You're one of the best in here. Out of everyone in here, probably like top three, easily top three. Here we have the Supreme Commander. They have been around in the server. They've gone under a lot of different aliases and different names. I have some good experiences with them and some kind of questionable ones, but all in all, they're a good community member. I will put them in.
Shopping for your next car?
What?
What about a sunroof?
Shut up.
Want a break from the...
Anyways, I will put Supreme Commander at the top of I like them. All in all, really, really cool person. Just leave it at that. I don't have much else to really say, so. Oh, brother.
Hey. You what?
Oh, God. Oh, fuck, man. If you know who my cursor is pointed to right now, oh, brother. Just leave it at that. Yeah, just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. If you know who Julius is, that's all you need to know. Here we have Joseph. He's one of my like top mods in the server. Great guy. He's a part of the community. He's always active. He's a cool dude. I'm sure you'll like him if you speak to him. He's usually pretty nice. He can be very opinionated on certain topics, but other than that, I don't have much to say. He's some of the best. The Ford who junkled the world. This guy, great dude. I love talking to him. I always have a great opinion of them. Because of that, I will actually put him in some of the best. Great guy. I love him. Really cool dude. Not much else to say. It's just as simple as that. Great person. Have a lot of good memories with you. Jim the Eternal. They haven't spoke too much, but they were active enough to be put in here. And for that case, I'll just put them in decent. It's as simple as that. This person has gone under a lot of different names as well. They used to be under John Helldiver, so that's what I'm going to refer to them as. Great person. They've been a supporter for a long time as well. Honestly, really cool. And I will probably put them and I like them, the top of I like them. Very, very cool. Very, very cool person. We have Ink here. Ink's a sweet individual. Anytime I've spoke with Ink, I've only had good memories. I will also put them and I like them probably above Matthew. Cool person. Oh, fuck. And here we have Jazzy. Now, you're probably wondering why I screenshot this. It's because they deleted their account. Now, see, Jazzy is not actually a woman. Jazzy is not actually real. Jazzy is a catfish. They also faked their unalivement, if that makes sense. They tried to manipulate or emotionally manipulate one of the community members that's listed on here. Now they're referred to most of the time as a shitpost. They are probably right under he who shall not be named. They are right under them. They are a piece of shit. And if they're somehow seeing this or watching this, you are a horrible person. And I genuinely do hope that you seek some form of therapy, help, you get your life together, because if you could have been yourself and a normal person, people would have liked you more. When you emotionally manipulated people and you faked your unalivement only to come back under other alt accounts, you're just a weird person. Just know that you're on this category and you're in the worst of the worst. Here we have Golshi. They've been around for a while. They kind of rage bait and troll a lot. They're questionable. I don't really have a great opinion of them. Honestly, I'll just have them in questionable. Yeah. The GOAT, Gojo. Here we go. This guy, really cool person. He has a lot of serious lore that I won't go into. Really cool person. He also posts a lot of food, the food he makes in the server. Sometimes I question if he lives in a prison. Regardless, I like the guy. I love the guy. He is one of the best. Honestly, I'll put him up here. Yeah, he is some of the best. 100%. He's a great person. 100% he deserves this spot. Great person. Love him. We have Evil Wizards for life here. They're not around all that much, but they're still a very cool person. Any memories I have of them have always been good. I'm going to be putting them in I like them. Now, see, where do I want to put them? Probably here. Yeah, that works for me. Here we have Crusader, but he goes by Metal Wolf right now. Very cool person. Honestly, I love talking to this guy. I don't think he understands just how much I like seeing him in the community. He's a great person, and for that reason, great guy. I always enjoy talking to him, so we're just glazing here. I'm gonna put him in some of the best. Honestly, yeah. Okay, that ranking fits. Yeah, great person. Here we have another song. You know, you're probably like, didn't we already rank one? Yeah, he's right here. We already did rank one. But this one's a freak. This one was a very questionable individual. They made a lot of people uncomfortable with the shit they said. They're no longer in the server. Crimson King. I've heard this name get brought up a lot, and it hasn't been good, and I don't remember talking to them that much. Just gonna put them in questionable, I guess. Holy legend. Holy legend. Holy legend. Queso for life. This guy is so sweet. Honestly, one of the best in the server. He's an OG as well. He's been around for like 2 years. I always love talking to him. Great person. Great guy. Sweet personality. He's been there for me through a couple of my moments, and because of that, here we go. The two goats of the server right up here. You love to see it. Codmaster, I've spoke to them a little bit. An up-and-coming creator doing their own thing. I like them. I'll put them in decent. Good person overall. I didn't even leave the name, but if you know this profile picture, you know who this is. The reason I ranked them in the worst of the worst, they almost got can be good, but the reason they're on the far right of the worst, their personality, they're kind of a narcissist, and they're very rude to a lot of people. I hope they've improved. because this person hasn't been in the server since like November. They have a lot of history. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Here we have the Bread Knight. Really cool person, really cool dude. The Bread Knight has done some pretty cool things for the community in the past. I always think of them very fondly, so I'll put them at the top of I like them. Very cool. Here we have Bingus Fan. Now, low-key, a lot of stuff around this name. I have nothing against them, but they are gonna go at the top of decent. I can tolerate them. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's the best I could possibly do. Here we have BBJ. They were someone who was very active in the community at the time. I don't know where they went though. They haven't been on the server for quite some time. They're a tough bunch because they did annoy me at some times in the past. So I don't know where I'd leave them. I don't know where I'd put them. Maybe far end of decent. Yeah, far end of decent. Almost into questionable. Here we have Apple Pot. They're not active in the server anymore, but they are an OG and they were a longtime supporter. And because of that, they are going to go at the top of I like them. Great person whenever they are around. I love them. Here we have Angie. She's a very sweet person. I'd call them a close friend even. And because of that, I'll even put them in my goats. Very cool person. Yeah, that works. That works. Here we have that's a crazy name. I'm not even gonna say that. That's crazy. That's crazy. They were a longtime supporter, and now they're just kind of a casual. You know, they're still in the server, but not for the same reasons that they once joined. I will put them in I like them. I'll just leave it at that. This person is sort of new and at least talking to the community. I've had some pretty genuine conversations, and so I like them. I will probably put them, yeah, good spot. The last person in this list is 2125. If you know this name and you know this person, I'm going to leave it at that. I put them right next to he who shall not be named. Well, that just about does the official Ghost of Omi Discord server ranking. We have about 50 people in the server so far as we speak. But these are the most prominent, rememberable names. These people have been in the server for a while, or I've remembered them enough to put them in here. I think this is a pretty good ranking. I hope people aren't too upset. All in all, hey, that's gonna do it for me. Hey, I love y'all. It's Ghost of Omi. I hope the community, when they see this, I hope they're not too mad at me with my opinions. But hey, y'all be safe. Love y'all.